Welcome to Pulling Shots.
Yep.
I am Kailee.
I'm Sam.
What are we talking about today?
Hiring for skill versus hiring for personality.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. What's your first thoughts when I say that?
As most of you know that have seen this before, I do all of the hiring for our coffee shops. So I do have a lot of experience in this subject. I would say that I used to be really I wouldn't hire if you didn't have experience.
Yeah.
I was like, no. But then I don't know who it was. I mean, I've said this many times that they said, if you hire without barista experience at least, then you don't have any of the bad habits that you have formed from the other places.
Yes.
Because everybody picks up bad habits.
Yeah.
And
what are bad habits that you can think of? There are little things I think of
what do you think of? Because I think of probably other things.
I think milk steaming.
Yeah.
There's convenient ways to do it that can get passed off. One thing that annoys me a lot is steaming milk in a paper cup like this. And I know some shops do that. Just some cleaning things.
I've never seen that.
Really?
That's
okay.
insane.
Yeah,
That's
is.
weird.
And just certain syrup things and certain I think extra steps is a big thing. At this shop, we always did espresso this way, and you did this whole ritual between just getting the next shot in the, or this is little things.
Okay, so
usually
I
add
would
up.
say bad habits, I don't think it's just, in my opinion, it would be the quality not being up to par because of the skill set the last coffee shop required or just their process of making a drink. Not stirring
Yeah.
when a drink that's supposed to be stirred isn't stirred. I'm not talking about a Starbucks version of a macchiato. That is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about a latte or a mocha. A latte, really, the foam shouldn't be stirred, but the rest of it, it's just stir the drink.
Yeah. When
And
it should be stirred.
A lot
for sure.
of coffee shops don't train that.
Yeah.
Because it's picturesque. It's pretty. It's a good picture, but it's
And sometimes that is part of the drink.
Yeah.
But
yes.
usually it's not. Usually it just makes
We're here to ruin everything for you guys that it's not. Usually it's not. A mocha is
you think of a caramel macchiato.
Yeah.
That is purposely not, that is layered. It looks nice, especially when it's iced.
Correct. Yes.
But yeah, you don't do that for everything. That's part of the order. And that when you drink it, where
you should know that, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think when you hire a barista with experience, sometimes there's a little bit of entitlement. I wouldn't say always. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, you do it that way?
Yeah, but
I was told that causes cancer at my other shop.
I don't know about that, but PSA soy milk is bad for you. So
yeah. But there are things that just, I think probably entitlement is probably another thing that comes with it.
Yeah. And that kind of just popped in my head. I wouldn't say that that's something that when I'm interviewing people that have coffee shop experience, that's not the first thing that comes to my mind. But right now, as I'm thinking back, I'm like.
That's why that interview didn't really go as far, or that's why I didn't.
Or that's why that ended up happening after we had, whatever. But
yeah.
I would say a hiring for personality is definitely more important than experience is so nice and very, very useful, especially it doesn't have to be barista experience, just any face-to-face customer service experience.
Yeah.
Register experience, anything like that, because at least then you have the basics of customer service down. So even though it might take you months to make the perfect latte, if you have a good customer service, if you have skills that you can implement in that field, then you can figure out the rest. You can be trained to do the rest.
Yeah.
So
what would you say is the best experience? Ideal, when you see this on someone's
application.
Yeah. It's okay, that's perfect. That's not too much.
Sure.
It's not like they were.
Yeah, I would say, what I really like when they've had 6 months to a year of coffee shop experience, but not their most recent job.
Yeah.
So let's say their 6 months to a year experience was a year or two or even 3 ago. So they kind of have the knowledge.
Yeah.
but then like their most recent experience was something else
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, I mean, even like recently we hired someone who had worked as a barista, then at a roastery, and then a banker. And
Yeah.
even the banking part, like one time in my life, I was a banker, and you get a lot of customer service experience, like face to face with people, and so she never really lost that.
Yeah.
She was able to implement that through like the year or two that she wasn't working in coffee, and then decided that she wanted to go back into coffee. So I would say that is like the best when they're not jumping from another coffee shop to us. But it's like there was a little break. They realized, oh, I miss it. And they kept that customer service, like that skill set going.
That's perfect.
Like the,
Yeah,
to me. But that's, I mean,
Yeah.
we've also had people come from other shops that are like amazing. There's
Yeah.
one right out there. I don't know. But that's like that's the sweet spot, I think.
The sweet spot. Yeah.
For me, yes.
I don't think chain, especially Starbucks experience is ever bad for a hire from what
Sure.
I've seen.
Because
it's usually
basics are learned there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nothing more than basics usually. And it's usually customer service. And then usually when they come work for us, like the little things that you don't get at a Starbucks, they get that and they're like, this is just that much better.
Yes.
Because they have just things with like kind of freedom. You're not just, you do this to this. You can kind of get freedom to do things. If you're like, you can change up your role with people that are on the shift.
Yeah, unlike Starbucks where it's just like, that's your role for the shift.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I mean, maybe they rotate, but it's like not.
And there's that, more the local coffee shop feel too. But it's in Starbucks experience, you don't learn anything that's like you have to unlearn at our shops.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I think that's pretty true. And I think we're kind of in between well, we've always said that, but like a third wave in Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like experience from a Starbucks, yeah, it would just gives you an extra little benefit, I think, when we hire.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or any chain, but I just feel like Starbucks is super relevant to us for some reason. I feel like we don't get a lot of, we do, but not as much like Scooters or Caribou or like the other chains as much. Starbucks is like,
I would say from like a coffee shop, small business coffee shop, when I see Starbucks or Caribou on an application, I'm like, okay, respect. Like, I'm not like, oh gosh, this person, like, I don't think that. Like, I'm like, all right, they at least know somewhat of what they're doing, and that's a bonus. That's nice. I don't feel like that about pretty much any other ones. I'm not going to say it because I just didn't say it. So
yeah.
But that's how I feel about Starbucks and Caribou.
Yeah.
It's not like a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's not what we're saying.
Yeah. And going back to like the unlearning, I just kind of talked about, like, I think there's some perfectionism that happens at like maybe local coffee or third wave shops where like we kind of tell people, like, for espresso shots, if it's a straight espresso or like a small, like a traditional cappuccino, then espressos really matters. You want it to be like 18 to 24 seconds, but
18 is too low.
18, yeah. Like 22 seconds preferably with a little give and take.
Yeah, I would say 20 to 25.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But,
that's like the range. I wouldn't serve it if it wasn't that.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would pour it.
Yeah. But if you're getting like a large, like, caramel latte with extra whipped cream, it might not be as important. Like, you don't have to, they want their drink more than they want you to test 6 different shots trying to dial it in to be perfect. They just want their espresso.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So it's not like serve bad coffee, but also like know what you're doing, know the customer you're making it for, and
and the drink
a little
you're
bit
making it for.
Or like, I don't know. I've seen not many, but a few, maybe 2 of our employees on the front end try to do latte art in like a paper cup, and like then just hand it to the customer and they just put a lid on it, and they're like, the person just clearly wasn't interested. They just want their coffee.
Yep.
And the
If they're
stuff
in a
like,
hurry, just go. I mean, it's fun. Hey, if you can do latte art, that's also not a requirement of ours. But if you can do latte art and
Oh, yeah.
the customer is having a drink inside, then do it.
yeah,
Do it.
I think it adds on top for sure.
Yeah.
But
But if they're on their way to work,
Yeah.
they're in a hurry,
yeah,
just pour it.
just do it.
That's my opinion. But I would say, yeah, third waves they're all about latte art, and that is fine. That's
Yeah.
like the difference between the coffee shops. It's great to have a
Yeah,
variety. It's great. So
yeah. No, it is good.
I would say we have like 2% people that order their drink
To go, like, sit down
to sit down.
with a mug. Yeah.
Like even people that stay there get it to go just in case they don't drink it all. Like that's just
yeah.
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
COVID it just kind of changed things.
Yeah, we still didn't get all the way back to.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. Well, hiring for personality versus hiring for skill.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, I would say if you're watching this because you want to work at a coffee shop, it's not necessary. Don't
Yeah.
run out and try to get a job at
Yeah.
Starbucks or Caribou. But I would say that it's really important to have some type of customer service experience.
Yeah. Super important.
Yeah, and a lot of the thing is a lot of people's first jobs that can be a Starbucks or a Caribou because there's so many people working at the same time that they have the time to like teach you the customer service basics. But when you're applying like somewhere like ours, I feel like it's a little harder because we can get very busy, but there's only like max 4 people, and that is like that's not common.
One shift at one of our shops a week.
Yeah. So
yeah.
it like usually 2 or 3 people, and we do get really busy. So I would say, yeah, just maybe building up some customer services experiences.
Yeah, have you ever hired someone with no experience in just job experience?
I've
don't think we have.
never hired someone this being their first job. Never. I've
Yeah.
never. I don't know if I don't know.
Yeah, there's too much.
I
there's
think
too
that
much
at
of a
one
learning
point
curve.
we probably used to do that.
Yeah.
But that was also when we were open until
open
like
later.
9, and so like high schoolers could come and work from 5 to 9. Like that's totally
Yeah.
different. Like you have a shop that you can apply to do that. That's a lot different. Coffee
It's going to be
shops.
slower, and it's going to
Yeah.
be, it's not people in a rush quite as much.
But our shops just aren't really built for that.
Yeah.
That type of employee. And then I would say if this is something that's listening to this and you're a coffee shop owner and you're trying to hire, don't be afraid to hire someone with no coffee experience.
Yeah.
Take that opportunity to be the one to train them and train them exactly how you want. But also, don't be afraid to hire somebody with a little coffee experience. It's not bad either.
Yeah, a lot of stuff goes back. Like, you can learn a lot from other jobs as far as being a barista,
Absolutely.
as far as like customer service or just kind of operations of things
I
and
mean,
multitasking.
I had no idea
Yeah.
how to barista. I mean,
Yeah.
like 0 idea. And I was very much an adult when I like started, and but I had so many skills from like my past jobs from being in customer service that it didn't like
Yeah.
it translated so well, and I was just able to kind of implement those until I was trained on the
Yeah.
espresso machine.
So if you're a new, like your first year owning a coffee shop and you're doing so much, and hiring probably isn't a priority, what would you say to that owner?
I'll say it has to be a priority. Otherwise, you have to make it a priority, because if you don't, you will regret that.
Yeah.
I would say I don't want this to sound bad, but if you're slow enough, if your shop isn't really too busy, you can be the first job that somebody has. That's okay. We can't really do that, but if you have the ability to be someone's first job and you're the one that's able to teach them that, then great, do that. But if you're not really wanting to give too much time or thought into hiring, then you probably should be hiring people with some customer service experience. So I would say your first round of employees should probably have some type of
Some
customer
experience, yeah.
some experience at least in customer service. In general.
Yeah,
that would be my thought.
I think it's people don't realize it's a skill that you learn
Yes.
is hiring and just
Yes.
hiring, interviewing and hiring. Those are skills that you develop over time. When you start, you're going to be bad at it, and you develop that skill.
And you recognize, and you
Yeah.
need to like recognizing good qualities in applications and in an interview
Yeah.
setting. That's why we do 2 or 3 interviews, because
Yeah,
you get to know the person a little bit more, and then you pick up on qualities that they have that they're going to implement in the stores without even like asking them. So, it is a skill you learn over time.
and you see correlations. Just the more you do it, like I think punctuation in applications is something that you kind of on the front end. I'm like, that's not a big deal. They just didn't capitalize their name, but then they're like, oh, they don't take that attention to detail in anything they do.
And nothing.
That's why they don't. Does little things like that correlate, and you see a trend like this person put periods at the end of their sentences and capitalizes and spaces things apart, and they look at our hours before they fill an application out so they know what relevant times to put down they're available.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that, like you don't even think about. And sometimes like what I found is less important is like people showing up on time for interviews. I feel like, I mean, I think that's something people really push, and then like we're in an office that's kind of hard to find. Like sometimes people just have genuinely, or they're busy, or they have a good reason. And we have really good employees that have been half an hour late to interviews before. So there's just things that you see the more you hire and interview.
That you realize are not a big deal or are a big deal.
Yeah.
I would say too. What was it? My last piece is when someone recommends their friend or whoever for a job. We've kind of talked about this in previous podcasts, but I don't think that is a bad thing. I think that's very kind of up in the air with people. But I think the employee that is recommending the person needs to take ownership of the person that they're recommending. But as the boss, if you trust this employee that's recommending someone, I think you I always make sure they fill out the application just like everybody else. Do the 2-3 interview process just like everyone else. I won't just hire someone based off of like hearsay, a recommendation. I always make sure to go thorough with the process and just kind of have a blank slate. But also, I think the employee that's doing the recommending should have some type of ownership over it.
Yeah, just an inherent this person.
Like be confident in the person that you're recommending.
Yeah, not just, hey, I have a friend looking for a job, and I haven't talked to him in a year, but they just said this, and I said I'd do this for them. But this is, you have skin in the game too. This is your word.
It's your word, and this is your job, and you're gonna have, do you want to, deal with this person that actually isn't qualified or not? And if they are, great, but the owner or the manager that's doing the hiring will see that in the interview process.
Yeah.
That you should still do. Okay, that's all.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all.
Bye.
Thank you.